Today, I'm going to show you a few things that Google Classroom offers that might help you with organization and keeping track of your assignments and managing your email notifications from Google Classroom. So to start off, as you can see, I'm just on this Google Classroom homepage. And if I come to the corner to the main menu, which is these three little lines, I can scroll all the way down to Settings, which is at the very bottom. And this will provide me with a lot of options to help manage my notifications. If you get a lot of emails from Google Classroom, you actually have the ability to turn them completely off here. If you don't use them and so they just overwhelm you in your email, if you're a student that's good about actually checking your Google Classroom every day and you don't feel like you need those, you could turn them off. If you continue to scroll, you can pick and choose what emails you get. So you can get emails about comments that have been on your work or posts from teachers, but you could turn off when they grade it or when the due date reminders come. So you can choose to turn off certain emails and keep on others. You can also, at the bottom here, if I expand this section, I can turn on or off emails from individual classes. So maybe I don't want to turn off my emails completely, but for certain classes I do. I can turn them off and on here. So that will help you organize your emails and the notifications that you get in Google Classroom. Another thing I wanted to show you, if you go back to your actual Classroom homepage, is this to-do list. So if you haven't figured this out yet, if you click on your to-do list, you can see all of your assigned materials and you can see them for all classes, or you can pick a specific class to look at one at a time and they would show up here. Obviously mine is not because I'm a teacher, so I don't have a ton of things assigned to me. But there's also a missing tab. So this could tell you if maybe you just forgot to hit done on an assignment, it would show up here, or if it's been late, it will show up here. And again, you can see all classes or just one. The last tab is done, so you can see all of the things that you have already completed. So if a teacher maybe can't see that on their end, you could pull up your done tab and show them that you have done something. And again, you can see all classes or just one. Another thing I wanted to show you is that if you go to the Google Apps grid and calendar, you can actually have all of your classrooms show up on your calendar. So if you would rather look at it, your assignments in day-to-day view or a week view, you should have a My Calendars option over here, and you can turn on any Google Classroom that you want, or turn off any Google Classroom that you want, so that it shows up on your calendar. And then you would here have all of those due dates, and you could see them by week, you could see them by day. Obviously, again, I don't necessarily have any on here because I'm a teacher, but you would have multiple assignments here, and that could also help you keep track of your assignments. And as you can see, you can go to multiple different weeks. Another thing I wanted to show you is in your email, you can organize your email in a variety of different ways. My number one tip would be to delete emails that you don't need. And I would also encourage the use of some sort of organization. So there's a couple different things you can do. After you've read an email, you could star it, and that would remind you that maybe you need to go back and do something that email said, or that it was important. And then once you've done that thing, or you have gone back and taken care of it, you can unstar it. If you choose to use the star feature, when you click on that star feature, one of the labels that is already created for you over here is starred. And so if you click on that, it will show all of your starred emails. And so then that could be like your to-do list, and you could unstar them as you get things done. You can also hit this mark as unread button. So if I read it, or I opened it, but I didn't have time to actually read it, and I know that I need to go back to it, I could hit mark as unread. That way it is still showing up as something that I need to open. Another thing that you can do with your emails to organize is add labels. You can see on the side here, I have multiple labels with multiple different topics. And so once you're done with an email, you could make a label for each teacher. You can make a label for each class. You could make a to-do label, a in progress label, a done label, whatever organization tactic works for you, but then you can move those emails into those labels. So to create a label, you're going to scroll all the way down, and you might have to hit more. I do because I have a lot of labels. You might not have to hit more, but at the very end, there's create a new label. So you can just label these whatever you want. If you need a new folder, imagine them as folders, and you can use, maybe the name of the class and then hit create. Once you do that, then you can take your emails and you can move them into the different labels that you have created. So hopefully these tips might help you guys stay organized, feel a little less stressed and overwhelmed with all of the online assignments that you're getting in Google Classroom and through your email.